150 cosmos seeds, 400 Rebecca seeds, 500 leek seeds, and 1500 carrot seeds. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to eat 1500 carrots in the next 5 to 10 years probably, let alone the next 2 growing seasons. So this year, rather than throw away the seeds that I won't be using at the end of the season, I'm going to be giving them away. And I'm going to give them away wrapped up in a handmade, hand-printed seed packet. And I'm going to show you how to do that this morning on the virtual village hall. If you're watching along today, please do pop in the comments, say hi, let me know where you're watching from. If you're printing along today, give me a thumbs up and let me know where you're printing from. But spring is a very busy season as the weather brightens up and we go into the season. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop you down and we're going to start straight away. So we're going to start by making the seed packet. I've got my paper here. The measurements are 13 centimetres by 23 centimetres, or that's 5 inches by 9 inches. Now this is from some parcel packaging that I had. It's quite nice to reuse paper, so maybe use envelopes or newsprint or the brown paper from the parcels that come along. It doesn't have to be too square, but what I would do, I would use some of the straight edges that are already there to give you a mark. Make it as square as you can. So as I said, just run through those measurements again: 13 centimetres by 23 centimetres, or 5 inches by 9 inches. Once you've cut that out, then you just need to measure about 1 centimetre or ½ an inch all the way around, just down the long sides. And this is going to be where we're going to fold the seed packet. And then just along one of the shorter sides, do the same. Measure 1 centimetre. And then just fold on those lines. And that will give us the sides of our seed packets to make sure that those seeds stay in nice and tight. So fold down the other side. Then fold along the top, open it out, fold along the top. And then just so we get a nice edge here, take your scissors and you can see where those 2 lines cross. We're going to cut right through like that. So cut right through the fold, and same on the other side. So where those lines cross, we're going to cut along there. If you're just joining us today on the virtual village hall, we are making and hand printing seed packets. At the moment, we're just making the seed packet from recycled paper that I've took from the recycling bin. We've just folded along the sides and along the top and made it neat. And now I'm going to fold up to that fold at the top and then put the crease in. And that's your neat little seed packet. You just need to glue up the sides. And I'm going to use some PVA glue. We want to make sure the glue goes all the way along in a continuous line because we don't want any of the small seeds coming out. And then the same on the other side. Refold. Making sure the sides stick down, and then we're just going to put it to one side while we talk about the design and we make up our print. So with your design, you want to make sure that it's no bigger than the seed packet, which is 11 centimetres by 11 centimetres or 4 inches by 4 inches. And we're going to create either one stamp or a series of stamps, depending on how big your takeaway box is. So this is a polystyrene takeaway box. You can use polystyrene plates as well that you use at parties, or polystyrene cups. It's a good way to reuse polystyrene items that can't be recycled. If you use a takeaway one or any used items, make sure that they're completely clean and dry. So this is the bottom of a takeaway container that I'm going to be using. And because I want to be using the flat surfaces, I don't want any of these curved or indented surfaces, I'm going to make 2 stamps up. So I'm going to use the main flower and then the writing as well. So I'm going to start by cutting out the box. And just checking that my design will fit. So yes, I'm going to put the flower here, and then I'll use one of the flatter pieces on the side for my sunflower stamp. Now you can draw straight onto the polystyrene, but what you need to remember is that anything that's on the polystyrene will print in the reverse will be in reverse when you print it. So especially for text, make sure that any text on your polystyrene is in reverse. I find it easier to draw my design, whether that's just a design, a picture or text. I find it easier to draw it first and then transfer it onto the polystyrene. And the way to do that is just use an HB pencil. Make sure you've got some really good thick lines. Flip it over. And then just start rubbing the back with a pencil, transferring those lines. And every now and then I'll just double check if it's transferring, and you can see that it is. Double check. Yes, it's still good. You don't want to press too hard, because at this point you don't want to make any marks in the polystyrene. So hard enough for the pencil to transfer, but not so hard that you go through. Let's just do that one slightly. So that's the sunflower done. Now I'm going to use one of these flat parts for the text. make sure I don't cut it too small. And same again. Place it upside down on the polystyrene. This one's a bit trickier because I'm using less polystyrene. I haven't got so much to play with. But I think that's good. And like we did with the flower, rub over the design. Making sure it's transferring. So I need to go in just slightly harder. This piece isn't quite as flat as the first piece, so it's not transferring quite as well. But if I just keep checking, just make sure it's going through. That letter there doesn't want to come enough, but it will just give you an idea as well. You can fill in the blanks almost. Last bit. That's it. So then what I normally do, I just go over with a Sharpie or very lightly with a biro so that you can see it well. Oh, there we are. I almost said sunflower spelt with 2 E's there. And then same again with the sunflower. So you can make your design generic if you've got lots of different seeds to give away, or you can make it specific. So last year I grew quite a few sunflowers and I collected the seeds. So that's what I'm going to be putting into these ones, which is why I'm making it specific. But you might like to make one that just says seeds. You might, either if it's flower seeds, do a flower. If it's vegetable seeds, just do a vegetable. I'll just trim off the edges. And I'm going to neaten up this stamp as well. Okay. So now it's time to turn this into a relief printing plate. So I take my pencil again, make sure it's quite sharp. And then what I want to do, if I show you here, so the areas that have been printed, these are the bits that are left that I'm going to leave raised. I'm not going to take out. And then the bits that are the colour of the paper, they're the bits that I take away. And so I just start with a pencil and I prick rather than swipe with my pencil to start with. I find you get a far more accurate, definite indentation. And I'm just going on the inside of my Sharpie line. And around the middle. because I want the line of the leaf to be in the print, and also the line in the middle to be in the print. So I'm leaving those alone, but I'm just pushing down with the pencil all the middle parts. So just take your time over this. And while we're doing this, I just want to let you know about Medway Art Box. So Medway Art Box is a tiny little art gallery on Rochester High Street in Kent, where I'm based. And it's in a red BT phone box, one of the old traditional BT phone boxes. It's just officially been adopted by an arts charity where I'm a resident artist. And it was set up in December 2020 by myself and a jewellery artist, Vanessa Crew, who makes amazing, funky, cool jewellery under the name Vanessa Cube. You can find her on Facebook and Instagram. And we set up the art box, Medway Art Box, because we had an exhibition, but because of lockdown, it was cancelled. So we decided, if the people can't come to us, we'll go to the people with our art. So we roped in a few other artists, and yeah, Medway Art Box was born. The idea is that artists gift artwork, and then art lovers who are just passing by can pop in, take a piece of artwork, and then just on social media let the artists know that they've taken the artwork, give them a shout out as a thank you. That was the original idea, and we're still continuing to do that. But at the same time, we've done some collaborative installations with just members of the public, with schools, with colleges, and they've been a real success. And our next installation, which involves seeds and seed packets, so that there is a reason I'm telling you about Medway Art Box, is because we've got a seed swap on the 19th of March, and because the art box is open 24/7, it's going to carry on right through to the end of March. So if you'd like to find out more about how you can join in, even if you're not in the area, then if you go to Medway Art Box on any of the social medias, on Twitter, Instagram or Facebook, we'll have some information going out soon about how you can take part in the seed swap. And this tutorial today will be perfect for making your seed packets and donating them, and then being able to swap with others seeds that you might not have. Okay. There we are. Oh, I just need to do the middle part, so I want that mainly black, but I just want to add this kind of general shape that you get in the seed head of a sunflower. So now on to, okay, I will cut that first. Save a lot of time, and also so that this doesn't get too messy when I'm printing, because it could pick up quite a lot of the polystyrene. I'm just going to use a pair of scissors and cut it out. then I will just cut this little bit out as well, just being very careful. Not to break that stem. I think we're okay. Yeah, trim that a bit more. Okay, we'll do a test print, and any other bits that we need to take out or cut off, we'll be able to see. So then the text, so as you noticed, it is in reverse. So just got to make sure that when you are doing this, any text you do is reversed so that when it prints, it's the right way round. And I really want the word sunflowers to stand out. So in this case, I'm taking out, or pressing down, making indents into the text, and I'm going to leave all this bit so that it takes the ink, and then that word sunflowers really stands out. And again, rather than just doing straight lines, which can sometimes sort of tear the polystyrene, you can be a lot more controlled by doing these kind of jabbing motions. And don't forget, if you're just joining, you can watch this video at any time. It will appear on the Virtual Village Hall. You can also save the video. If you look at there's 3 dots in, I think it's the right hand corner. If you click on there, you can save the video to watch later. Maybe you haven't got time to do it today, or maybe you need to go out and buy some seeds or get a takeaway to be able to get a takeaway box. Then you can save the video and watch it later. If you think that a friend would like this, then you can click the arrow at the bottom of the screen to share the video with them, or you can share it in your craft groups or maybe in your gardening groups. Or just give the video a thumbs up today and a like. Okay, so we're going to do some test prints, because I always find that they can be a little bit like pancakes. The first one doesn't always go very well, and then it needs inking up a few more times. Just like a pancake, you need to do a few first to get the good ones. So somewhere I've got my, oh there we are. So I've got my ink pad here. It's just an ink pad for stamps. You can get them from most art and craft stores. This is just a piece of scrap paper. So I put my polystyrene stamp face up, and then just using the ink pad just ink it up by pressing down quite lightly. There we are. And turn it over, keep it still, and then just with your fingers press all over the back, making sure that there's contact with the polystyrene that you've just inked up and the paper. Oh, that one moves a bit, so I need to be extra careful with that. Okay, that's good as the first one. I can just see the outline, so let's ink it up again and we'll do another one. And then I think we should be ready to put it onto our seed packet. can see it's taken the ink a bit better with that one. Again, flip it over, just as another test. Press down nice and firmly all over the back. Trying to hold this leaf in place so it doesn't move around. Okay, there we go. So the third one will be even darker than that, so I'm happy with that. I don't think that there's any bits that I particularly want to cut away or take out. And then we'll just do the same with the label. Flip it over, press it down. It's a quite nice one to do with children as well, because there's no real sharp elements to it, like if you were doing lino cutting, which works on a similar basis. There we are, that's good. And another one, I think, just to be on the safe side. And by this time our seed packet should have dried, the glue will dry, so we can print them. Okay, so moment of truth. So I'm going to do this way around so I can make sure I'm in the right bit. I'm just going to mark on the back as well so that I know which way my text is. So final time, ink up the stamp. You can also use block printing ink for this too, and use rollers. Position it. There we go, and then the last one. Okay, all printed, and then I just want to write the variety on the back. And I know that these sunflowers are called Vanilla Ice, and then the number of seeds, I think 15. It's 9, 10, 11, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's a good one. 15. So pop them in the seed packet. Seal it with a little bit more glue. There we go. And what nice little gifts they make. So if you're gifting seeds or you're going to seed swap over the next month or so, then that's something that you can take along with you. Thanks so much for watching today. I'm Rachel from I Printed That, and it's been an absolute pleasure to show you. Happy printing and happy sewing, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.